Hello, and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Halecko.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Catherine and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. This week, we are continuing with our watch of the second season of Veronica Mars with the 20th episode, so very close to the end of this not-so-great season. But first, Dancing with the Stars. So it was 80s night, which meant a great deal of bad hair.
A great deal.
Male and female bad hair. Bad hair all the way around. Bad hair for the host. Bad hair for everybody. And costumes of exceptional cheesiness. And yes. Poor Justina Machado having to give herself a shower on stage.
Yes.
To be true to Flashdance. You suffer for your art, girl. You go. And dancing that was, generally not great, but colorful, generally.
Shiny, colorful.
And hairy.
Yes, very hairy.
So much hair. So, what did you think? Did anything stand out to you? I quite liked Neve's quick step, although it got dissed by the judges. And
I agree. I thought that was good. I liked watching Nelly tonight.
Mm-hmm. I did too. I pretty much enjoyed him all along. I think he's looked like he's throwing himself into it in a gratifying way. But tonight was particularly good.
Yeah. It's not that I haven't liked him in the past. I just thought that he did a good job tonight.
Yes.
So he was fun. I don't know. Caitlin doing the tango, that didn't seem like a tango song. The Tiffany song, I think We're Alone Now, with their Revenge of the Nerds costumes on. That didn't make any sense to me. No. The three, the combination of dance style, music, and production design was wacky. And then I had the same issue with this as I did with the Disney Night songs, which is when they're all being played by Ray Chu Live.
Yes.
They sound weird because they're not what you're used to, the songs you've been hearing for 40 years. You know?
That's right. Yeah. That is distressing. I did like Justina's dance, and just because I'm predisposed to like her no matter what. And I liked AJ. I mean, I don't know how well, it was hard to overlook the preponderance of bad hair. And, I don't know how well his dancing necessarily was, but that's such a nice swoopy waltz song. And Cheryl had that big dress and was just swooping all around so beautifully. I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
like
very pretty.
A particularly good, wedding dance, maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, they practiced. Aren't they cute? So I would have just, done without all the hair extensions, but okay. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a really pretty dance, so I gave them some votes for that.
Nice.
And also just because AJ seems to be having a really good time and throwing himself into the spirit of the mirror ball, so... Yeah. I appreciate that. I will give points for that.
Yeah. Although I feel like everybody is, except for maybe Jesse, who said goodbye tonight anyway. Yes,
I think that was a merciful elimination, though I shall be sorry to not see as much of Sharna in her pink hair.
Yes.
But he seemed like that he has maybe been thinking better of this.
This little plan he had.
Yeah.
Or someone had for him.
Right, exactly. So, I don't think he's going to be too sad. I hope not. But, it's an interesting group because there's nobody that really stands out as being pretty exceptional. I mean, Johnny is probably the best dancer, but he's not this kind of dancer. And so, if you give him a contemporary routine that's right up his alley, he does well, but he's not going to do well at the ballroom, it doesn't seem.
Right.
So, and there's some people who have certainly I'm sure the cheerleading coach has movement experience. Neve was talking about his experience, but there's no ringers, I don't think.
Yeah.
They all have a certain degree of uncertainty and counting with panicked eyes in their dancing. So, in various degrees of their pro yelling at them.
Right. While they're moving.
That's right. So it's kind of refreshing, but also makes it less exciting to watch. But holy cow, the fake audience is excited.
And they get mad when they need to.
It's like, you have booing of the judges. We know it's you. We know it's not humans. Stop it. Stop.
Yeah, that's
having
really
Tyra stop.
Very silly.
To milk applause. It's just, it really is. I keep getting into it and then realizing, wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
This is out of the can.
Yeah.
But somebody's having a good time. There's somebody in the control room who is just having a ball. And I salute that person.
Right.
They are earning their paycheck.
Ooh, this is when we need the boost. They even had people clapping along.
Yes.
Like they have something that's on the beat where they can do that. That's kind of insane.
Yeah. Well, I was complaining about this to my husband, and he says, "Oh yeah, they're doing that with baseball too." So I guess
fake cheering.
Yes.
Okay.
I noticed that the other day when we were watching a game, and is that fake stand noise that they're doing? So apparently we are not to be trusted to enjoy
that on our own
without the sounds of other humans. It would just be too ghostly.
Okay.
2020 is so weird.
Heck yeah. Extremely weird. And, we can continue to just be annoyed at Tyra wasting time spending like half a minute talking to Nellie about arcades. Like, I want if anyone's going to talk, let it be the celebrity themselves or let it be the judges. Like, don't rush them.
Right.
Through their critique, only so you can reminisce about arcades. Like,
yes. Don't rush them to the critique. And also, it used to be on this show that there was time for the eliminated couple to say goodbye. There was even a time where I believe they got a little last dance.
Or like a little montage or something of clips. Yeah.
Yes. If you could take all of the inane questions, you might have enough time for a proper send-off.
Or at least a smile and a wave.
Yes,
they don't even get that.
Yeah, I guess they feel that they're outsourcing the send-off to GMA, and so they don't need to do it here. But they need to do it here, because I'm not going to go watch that.
Right.
And it's just such a bum's rush every week.
At least they probably don't have to get on an airplane and fly to New York to do GMA this year, I'm hoping. They let them do it virtually, no?
Do they? Maybe so. Yeah, everything is... I have not yet adjusted my thinking to realizing that everything is that way.
Right.
So, yeah, that's probably right. But, well, I don't know. Theme nights like this are not my favorite. And especially when they just turn up speaking of the dials, they turn up the cheesiness dial to 12.
Yeah.
I just would rather have pretty costumes and nice hair and, dances that just exist to be a pretty dance. But
yeah. Well, especially when at the end, when they're all standing there together, the costumes are like blinding because they were all so brightly colored.
Yes.
Seeing them as a group was...
Yeah. Can we see them? I guess when they were all standing 6 feet apart and they're waiting to be eliminated.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. I was saying, when were they ever allowed to stand together?
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird. I do miss that kind of camaraderie between the contestants that you used to have.
Yeah.
When they were all standing up in the balcony or whatever together when somebody was getting interviewed, and you could really see some interaction. Now I guess they can't interact.
Yeah, you're right.
That
was always nice.
Yeah, except they can only interact in the little opening fake packages.
Yeah.
So
when they're not actually in the same space.
So was there a theme announced for next week?
I believe next week is just top 11.
Okay. And Derek Huff dances.
Right.
Because we have tons of time.
Because we have time for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're made of time. So the fake audience is very excited.
Yeah.
And will warmly receive his performance, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yes. So, we watched the Veronica Mars episode called Look Who's Stalking. Gotta love those puns.
It actually describes what happens.
Good work there, Veronica Mars writers. You know, you managed to get your pun and actually not be either disturbing or random.
Right.
Somebody was, when I said last week that we know Woody Goodman is a bad guy, so can we just get on with it? I did not really expect that to take the form of him being in bed with an unconscious woman at a cheap motel. I was thinking more in terms of masterminding the bus crash, but okay, if we can just get it out there that he's a bad guy, I suppose, but Keith should have just turned around and walked away. What the heck?
Yeah.
That whole plot seemed unlikely for all sorts of different reasons.
Yeah, or just either Woody or Keith pick up the phone in the hotel room, so it's not your phone, call 911, leave the door open, and go.
Yes.
Like, what? This is not hard.
I mean, did Woody check in using his credit card or something? But there's either no reason to get involved in bringing her to the hospital, or anything that you do, it's still going to come back to you. So I don't know. Just the whole thing involving Keith and then the back and forth of them accusing each other, and then the stupid incorporation thing going down 2 episodes before the end of the season. Like, oh, well, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much about this was unsatisfying about this episode.
Yeah, I just felt like there were so many random little threads that were introduced, and I'm like, okay, we only have 2 episodes left. They're going to have to tie all this up. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, it really is a mess. And, you know, a whole bunch more red herrings for us to enjoy. And when I say that they're piling up the probably inconsequential or mildly consequential bits of detail, I did not need Veronica having chlamydia to be on the plate with all the other red herrings. What the heck? Why? Yeah. Why? Well, I think I know why, actually. I think that her doctor slightly misdiagnosed her. I don't think she has chlamydia. I think she has Chekhov's chlamydia. And there will be some future 4th person who will turn up to have that, and it will unlock many unpleasant truths. And I am looking forward to that, not even a little bit. So I can think of all sorts of distressing possibilities, which may or may not come to pass, but really? Just stop adding new plot points, please. And, you know, the problem with it's being this close to the end, so they're going to introduce a bunch of stuff, but they're not going to resolve any of it, and you have to wait. And there's too much now unresolved stuff that we know is not going to come to an end in this episode. So now we have, on top of everything else, apparently Meg's family, in addition to just being awful and abusive to their children, are involved in whatever Woody Goodman thing there is going on. Well, presumably.
Yeah, but I do think they mentioned in a previous episode, didn't they say that her family was trying to get Meg to set Meg up with this Lucky? Like, they wanted her to marry him.
Oh, is that? Okay, I forgot that. That's who they were setting him up with? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all agree that that guy is going to meet an untimely demise probably before the beginning of the next episode?
Yeah.
I don't think Lucky's luck is going to hang on too much longer. Did he take that knife with him?
To jail?
Is he picking it up in the evidence, as he leaves?
Yeah.
Because he's going to need it.
Uh-huh.
And now the guy who was behind Cliff's briefcase being stolen is, Logan just happens to see, because Veronica is stuffing envelopes with that picture in class, that, oh yeah, that's my dad's cellmate.
Right.
So is it all coming back to Aaron? Is it all coming back to Woody? Are they in cahoots? Is this still two different plots? I really don't care anymore. I just want it to be over. Can we just resolve things? Woody caused the bus crash. Aaron killed Lily. Scene over. End. Go. Let's move on to college, shall we?
But why did Woody cause the bus crash?
Because he's played by a recognizable star who has had really not very much to do. But yes, I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. But I am so very ready for this all to get tied up.
Yes. Well, and remember, this episode also featured the Alterna prom.
How big is Logan's hotel suite? We have been in there a bunch, and I did not have the feeling that you could throw a dance there.
Right. I mean, as they kept adding more and more people to the elevator, that alone was like, this elevator is for like a 100-story high rise. So there's so many.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh my gosh, is this elevator going to be stuck? But I was very relieved, as were, of course, everybody else there.
Everyone in it. And I don't really know what the point was of having this instead of having the regular prom, because they still would have had a post-prom party where people were drinking and hooking up. So, like, what's the difference? I'm not sure what made them decide, no, we can't have them have a regular prom. We need an alternate prom.
Also, do hotels allow you to have a party in your suite with that many people?
I mean, maybe if you're paying for the presidential suite.
I guess. Wouldn't they say we have some lovely
banquet rooms
that we'd be happy to charge you for?
Right.
Perhaps your friends would be more comfortable there.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And also, do they just cancel a prom by just saying over the loudspeaker, hey, prom's canceled?
Right. Hey, there's no prom.
And would not the entire limo and tux industry of Neptune go, say what? The florists are going to have something to say about this, I would think. Right. The parents who've, invested in dresses are going to have something to say about this. That seems like not a thing that would happen.
Well, and also the whole, they mentioned on the podcast, they need an alternate prom. Prom should be open to everyone. So everyone can go to the alternate prom, including Corny and Butters and all these people. But, but in real life, not everyone gets to go to the prom. It's expensive.
No. Yes. Do they get their money back from the prom tickets or whatever?
I certainly hope so.
This just seems to just for reasons. I don't understand why that would happen and why they thought it was better to have the prom in Logan's suite, because nothing happened there that could not have happened. Well, I guess Dick walking around with a party pig on his shoulder could not have happened at the regular prom, and Logan walking around with a bottle of champagne, but both of them would be much better off had those things not been available to them.
Exactly.
Yes. So what do we make of Logan's drunken declaration of wishing a long and destructive romantic relationship with Veronica?
Well, I mean, we knew that was coming, right?
Yes.
We knew that that story wasn't over. That epic story, as Logan called it.
Yes. Jason Dohring has been doing an excellent job of the being snarky but looking at her with longing eyes. So
yes,
it's always been clear that it's not over for him.
Right.
So he wouldn't have given her chlamydia. See, she should have chose him. Not that sex person.
But if Duncan got it from Kendall.
That's true. I guess, best friends share everything. That doomed romance is just going to keep going around and around, isn't it?
Yes, for sure.
Both those, I was thinking when I was watching that scene, here at the end of the second season, both of those actors are looking more like people in their 20s than people in high school. They could get away with it. They got away with it pretty well in the first season, but they're both... It's like, I don't buy these people being 18 anymore, and I should, and that's a problem. But, kudos to the acting, but, your face and your body change at some point, and you no longer look.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah. But that's a problem with all high school set shows, I guess, but I just noticed it in this episode when the two of them were talking in close-up.
Right.
And there was something going on with Logan's hair that was not as it has been, and I don't know. But I don't see happy days for those two. And I just, couldn't Wallace and Jackie just had a nice night and just, not had it followed by her father being even more ruined than he already was.
Right. It was just yet another, question mark that was introduced in this episode, who revealed to the press that Terrence had thrown a game. And because the only people that, I don't know, Lamb knows, Keith knows, Woody knows. So was it Woody trying to distract everyone from his whole incorporation BS? I don't know.
Run away from Neptune, everybody. Yeah. Nothing good can happen here. He should have stayed in a hospital someplace else. Coming back to Neptune was your mistake, Terrence.
That's right.
They mentioned this a little bit on the podcast. Mac was into that radio show that Butters did with the other guy, but I guess just entirely not in any way interested in him. I kind of thought when Veronica said that Mac would go to the prom with him, that she was thinking, oh yeah, she likes his radio show, it'll be fine. But in fact, it was apparently just a terrible thing to do. Yeah,
I thought that too. I mean, I thought it was a terrible thing to do, without checking with Mac.
I mean, it's to get Mac's thing back, so...
Right. But...
Gotta break some eggs to get an omelet.
Yeah, but I could see, like you said, that she might have been thinking, that actually might be fun for them.
Right.
So...
But no. But you know what? Given the people she's been dating this season, Mac, I think I would pick Butters over Cassidy.
I would pick neither.
Yeah, well, definitely, but
we haven't even seen Cassidy.
No, we haven't.
Since the great breakup, so.
And
he didn't come to the Alterna prom.
What even, well, he must not be a senior if Dick is a senior.
Yeah, true.
So.
But I mean, it's an Alterna prom.
That's right, anybody can go. This is not a thing that would happen. So anyway, anything else in this time-marking episode? A whole lot of Gia being somewhat less annoying, but still, kinda.
Yeah. I did think it was very mean of Veronica to just be so snarky to her about the fact that she was being stalked. Veronica was like, oh, you should meet them in an abandoned alley. And, hey, come on.
Oh, I don't know. And Leo. We saw Leo again. Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
Poor Leo. Just, she calls you up. Right. But in the first place, why are you dating high school girls, Leo? Why are you pining over high school girls?
Yeah.
Even high school girls that look like they're about 23, but still.
Yes, you do need to move on.
Yes, really, this is not for you. But still, it was nice to see him.
Yeah.
Doing private security, apparently. Oh, well, I guess we're just marking time till Aaron gets out of jail, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's when all heck breaks loose.
Mm-hmm.
So, really thought he would turn up at the prom, but nope, they're saving him. Saving him for the last episodes.
That's right.
Well, next week we will talk about the next to last episode of Veronica Mars Season 2, number 21, called Happy Go Lucky. See what they did there? And although I can't believe that in any way is Lucky going to be happy in that episode. I think not. And Dancing with the Stars, top 11. And that is going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, Terry.
Goodbye, everybody.